Are remote employees eligible for FMLA? This is a very good question. Obviously, the framework has potentially changed under COVID. Historically, the concept was that the remote employee's job site was where they reported to, from, out of, however you want to call it. So, an employee who worked at home but reported into and out of your home office, wherever that was located, was deemed to be working in that office wherever it was located. And so the question was, were there 50 or more employees within a 75-mile radius of that office? But as we have now seen, there are many more employees who might never almost step foot in any physical premise owned or controlled by their employer. So that does raise the question of, do we calculate the 75 miles from their house in that situation? It also raises the question of, well, what if the person never actually works at their house but always works from the coffee shop down the road? And then does that change the calculation? So there are potentially new circumstances that are kind of emerging since the regulations were last updated. So it is possible that courts would start to interpret that statutory language different. But here's the punchline to all of that disclaimer language. The regulations do suggest that the employee's worksite is the primary office from which they are assigned or report. The reason I hedged all of that is we know what the regulations currently say, but the regulations are pre-COVID. The regulations are not as infallible as the statute itself. So good under the regulations to count the location to which they report or work out of, if you can determine which that one is. And sometimes that's not an easy call, but we probably will see claims when it's somehow beneficial to the employee that their remote location is their work site. Usually, however, the reporting office is going to increase the likelihood that they're covered by the FMLA. And I would say that given the regulations as they exist now, you want to err on the side then of considering the person eligible.